Welcome to episode 1, the inaugural episode of MPC. I'm so happy to be here. I'm one of your hosts, Tabrin. I'm here with my lovely wife.
Nicole,
Ooh, look at that Nicole with the
the
peace
millennial peace sign.
Oh, we have some guests. We have some special guests here for the first episode. This is Levi.
I like how they wait till we put the kids down to bed to then, okay, it's our time.
Hey, out, no, out. So why don't we start off, Nicole? Let them know why we started MPC and what it is.
To create a community where we can share as autistic parents our ideas, thoughts, and experiences with our community and get basically feedback and other info from other parents.
Yeah.
I think we kind of tossed the idea of what we wanted it to be, either specifically autism based or millennial parent based, but I think this is all encompassing and I think we'll get everything.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. I like to make content. You know, I set my little makeshift studio up. I think the opportunity to combine what I like to do with who I love is a great opportunity for me. Talk about our lives as parents of 2 boys on the spectrum and kind of share our experiences. We're going to figure it out as we go, right?
I think that's been the theme of our life so far.
That's facts. That's a bar right there. First bar goes to Nicole. That is the theme of our life. As parents of not 1 but 2 autistic boys, you can get a kind of feeling like the world is against you and why us? But you just kind of take things in stride, just kind of do the best you can with it.
Yeah. I think I saw a meme the other day that said, and it's not even autism based, but I just felt like it was God knew you needed those kids. And I felt yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that sometimes. I'm pretty sure we may worry more than the average parent.
Oh,
but
we definitely do.
Okay, we probably do. But I would never belittle another parent's worry.
Right. And it goes to say you never know what somebody's going through.
Yeah.
Because I think not very many people know that,
Yeah.
unless you've seen us in the community, but not a lot of people have known. And so it's always kind of a little shock to them.
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely true because even though it's not something that we're ashamed of, it's not something that we openly broadcast right away. We say we're a family, I have 2 boys, 1 girl, the autism spectrum disorder comes way late, even though it is such a prominent thing in our lives.
And I feel I've noticed I'm not really one to be oh, I have autistic sons, because you always get the and that must be so hard, and it's I'm just trying to get next in line here. I wasn't trying to share my life story, so sometimes it's easier to just be oh yeah, I have 3 kids, 2
because we're not looking for no woe is me kind of thing. So I got my little rundown here and we're gonna be pretty loose with it. Leads to one of our first thing is traditional gender roles in the family versus our roles that we kind of take as a millennial parent. Or we both work from home. I work in social media. You work in healthcare. I knew that. I just wanted to not, speak for her. Unlike most traditional gender roles, I'm the primary cook in the house.
Yes.
Nicole is at the moment the primary breadwinner. She brings home that bacon. What do you think about that?
I think it's necessary because I feel where it was 50 years ago or however many years ago, man working, bringing home all the money and expecting the wife to take care of the kids. I mean, that's just not doable. I think everyone we know has a job and some working side hustles and stuff. So, I mean, I think it's necessary.
Oh, definitely.
And I think it works for us.
Yeah, I definitely.
We all know I can't cook.
I mean, we don't know it, but
I made you spaghetti one time.
Oh yeah, y'all. She made me spaghetti one time when I was sick.
And I have never made it since.
I thought it was that scene from The Sixth Sense where the mom was trying to keep the daughter sick. I thought she was trying to keep me sick, yeah. But she tried, y'all. She tried. Not only that, our personalities lend to it. You're definitely so much more detailed.
I wanted to say something that I noticed, that you always see that debate, who works harder, the working mom or stay-at-home mom?
Yeah.
But no one really talks about the work from home mom.
Oh, yeah.
When I was working in office last year and I would, leave at 6 a.m. and come back at 5, I checked out. You took over for the kids all
Yeah.
day. Like you had breakfast, lunch, got their lunches, you know, took them to school and stuff. So I was like mentally checked out of parent mode.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I'd call you on my breaks and lunches and see how everything went. But like when you're a work from home mom, you're okay, who's picking up the kids today? Which one of us has a meeting? I think it's harder.
No, I completely agree. You never take off the hats. Like you
Right.
have to wear them all at the same
Exactly.
time. You never really can like immerse yourself, and you're always kind of like, I'm working on something and I hear the kids, or you know that you have to pick up the kids in like 30 minutes. You're never really able to like lock in.
Right. It's a countdown to what's next.
Yes, it's a
Yes.
countdown to what's next. And I will just take the time to like thank you as my countdown because things would not blast off if like you didn't
I
tell
think you
me.
treat me the same way as you treat the snooze button. You're like, oh, I'm thankful for it, but I'm definitely gonna like.
Yeah, that's fact. I don't say I can't. It's just not for me. You know, you're the
Yeah.
planner. I'm the person who tries to make the best of the plan.
I think you just do as you're told. Show up when.
Whoa. Yeah, I mean, I can't. Let me take a drink to that one. I'll say this. I'll speak for all the guys here. So 30 days from now at 2 p.m. at this one time when the sun sets, I need you to do something like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. And like, you have no idea what you're agreeing to. It happens. You're like, oh, so you remember that thing you agreed to? We're like, wait, what? Also on MPC, we're going to be talking about my food reviews, more or less.
Dinner time is like one of my favorite.
Dinner time?
Yes.
When I made tacos tonight, I saw you did a little dance. I knew you liked it. Like, you ate it, you kind of like...
I love taco night.
Yeah, it's Taco Tuesday.
It's definitely Monday.
Is
but-
it? Oh, it's not on the schedule, so I didn't know. The other day, you sent a recipe for shrimp dirty rice. Oh, that's loud. So right there, we got the shrimp, seasoning it up. A little onion powder, some pepper, a little taco seasoning.
I will say the shrimp, I expected to be a little more seasoned.
Oh, you want
or
more
grilled.
Oh, more grilled.
Yeah, I thought you were going to be using the grill outside.
Oh, you want me to throw on the Barbie? Okay, well okay, but you're supposed to cook because you use all the flavors from the
Okay.
shrimp
Okay,
to cook
well,
with
I guess
the other
that makes
food.
sense. It's just the picture had them looking like they had like the little grill marks on. So that's what I was expecting.
Okay, well look at this edit. Bam! Oh. You gotta keep the loudness of the kids in the background. So that's like what I'm cooking under. You gotta add that flour to thicken up the sauce, little chicken broth, and that's where it messed up because the problem is I used.
It was like a gravy texture.
It was like a stuffing more or less. Yeah, like a
stuffing
stuffing texture. The biggest issue was I used the rice I made that night instead of using day-old rice.
Okay.
So that's why I came up with that
I think
texture.
the dogs liked it.
Hey, you sent it to me.
No, it wasn't bad.
Okay, would we have it again?
No.
Even if
One and done.
Yeah, one and done.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing that I make?
I told you like a few years ago, it was like a recipe I sent you with a salsa in the middle with like all these tacos around. And you made it like one time and it was really good. And I was like, oh, can you make that again like a few weeks later? And then you do what Tabron does best. You like try to add your own to it and it was not the same. But that was probably my favorite thing.
I don't remember what that was.
Yeah.
Okay, the taco thing that I made one time, it was good and she didn't like it.
But your chicken enchiladas are good.
Okay, I'll take that.
They're pretty inconsistent, but they're pretty good.
The hardest part of cooking is it's never one meal. You know, with the kids, I'm making 3 to 4 different meals and trying to get them all to time up to be ready at the same time.
Right.
It's not easy, you know.
And yes, and I will give you that. I know it's not. So.
And you hear the background. You hear what's going on there. I got another video that we're going to share.
Okay.
Realize when the woman is sleeping, only 10% of electrical activity in her brain is shut down. Woman is sleeping 90% alert. That's a scary thought. But it's designed by nature, so in the middle of the night she can hear what? The baby crying. Do you realize that only female voices just now answer that question? Man, we don't even know. No, we know that there are short people live in the house. We've seen them around. They bring us Cheetos. We just don't know what they do at night. Because when man is sleeping, 70% of electrical activity in his brain is shut down. At that point, man switches to natural gas.
I think that's super funny because you always talk about how you're such a light sleeper.
I've always been a light sleeper. I don't think, like, even before I think I was a mom, like, I've always been a light sleeper. Have you always been a deep sleeper?
I always thought I was a light sleeper.
Really?
I always thought I was a light sleeper.
What do you consider a light sleeper? Like, could you hear someone walk into a room?
Yeah. Like
You definitely have stood asleep when kids have come into the room.
Okay, but here's the thing. As I've gotten older, I've gotten a deeper. I am more tired.
I think we're all more tired.
I mean, but like when I was a kid, like I would like lay in bed for for a long time. I won't say hours, but I would lay in bed staring at the ceiling, just like trying to fall asleep.
Yeah.
I could not fall asleep.
Same.
Like falling asleep was like hard for me.
Yeah.
But now that like I'm an adult, once I'm ready to go to sleep, that's a wrap. I just feel like I'm more tired now. Like there's a point where my body's just like, yeah, that's it for you today.
But are you still a light sleeper?
Oh no! Once I get to a certain level of sleep, like I'm
Yeah.
pretty out.
Yeah.
I'm pretty out.
It's crazy because like sometimes I'll be asleep and then I'll hear a noise. My like reaction time to like waking up is so quick. Was I even asleep?
Yeah.
And so I feel like it's harder to fall back asleep. Did I really hear something? Should I fall back asleep?
Yeah.
Should I like check the cameras?
I'm not gonna lie. Like I think since we got the dogs, I sleep a little harder. I do rely on them a little bit more.
We do rely on them. Yeah.
It's just an extra set of senses, and I do like the fact that they make rounds during the night. They like you in the night.
They go room to room.
Yeah.
I think they kind of check on everything.
Yeah, they hear them clicking through the house. They seem like they're pretty in tune with things.
Yeah.
So. You recently saw a movie or a documentary called "Tell Them You Love Me."
Yes, I did.
So we're gonna watch the trailer.
Oh, you have the trailer for it?
Hey, I told you if you give me some time, I'll get stuff ready.
I found disability interesting.
Derek can't communicate nonverbal with cerebral palsy.
When I met Derek, I sat in the class with him and provided communication support.
Facilitators were doing this, thinking they were giving people the ability to be able to communicate.
She looked at Derek and said, "Do you want me to tell?"
She said, "Yes, we have made love."
Then he said, I've dreamed about this.
She was having conversations with herself.
Anna is a pathological liar and narcissistic.
I'm not guilty of the crime.
Are you gonna watch it?
I am not gonna watch that.
Why not?
Being the parent of that, I don't like watching that stuff. It just like, I know that like you want to know what's going on in the world, but like sometimes there's certain things I don't want to see. All I'll do is get angry. You don't have like any person to blame or anywhere to let it out. Like it just like manifests in me, and like I have nowhere to put it.
Okay, I can see that.
Tell me about it.
So yeah, I watched it. It's a movie. It's like an hour and a half long. It's about Anna is a professor, I forget at what university, but one of her students approaches her about his disabled brother, the nonverbal guy that we saw there, and they try to use that device to help him communicate. So he's nonverbal, so kind of like hand over hand, helping him to create words and then sentences. I think there's a lot of like controversy about the device itself. Is it the actual like person doing it versus the special needs gentleman? But I would suggest watching it because you kind of have to see like at the end, it's unanswered, like who was really doing it.
Yeah.
I agree. Like I know it's hard to watch and it's not a great feeling, but I think it is important to know what's out there. And for me, I wanted to see where was the line crossed because I feel like we do have kids with special needs and we need to know, okay, this is a red flag.
Yeah.
Like what are the red flags?
Man, that's one of my biggest, I feel like I see red flags often in the whole like structure, but who am I to like, question it because it's kind of like the status quo. I find it so, I won't say weird, but it's just like odd that kids on the spectrum have to do like standard testing to like see where they are when they are anything but standard. So like even that process is very odd to me because, you know, as we know, like with our boys, he has very splintered skills. Like he can't, you know, he can't count to 10. I'm not saying literally, but figuratively, he can't count to 10, but he can do like 10 plus 10, 6 plus, you know, he can do, there's certain things that he can do above, but he can't do below on certain things. So I just find it like a miss. So that's just my thing on that. But as far as the documentary goes, you have anything to elaborate?
No, I think you should watch it. I think it's a good story as far as like they talk to both, you know, the family and her, and I don't know,
It's just touchy.
yeah, at the end you still like don't know.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say, you know, who was really talking for who, but
Okay, and I think last but not least,
last but not lisp.
Oh, bang, bang. Okay.
I know that's what you said.
Yeah, sure. So the last thing on the list is we're going to talk about the food snack ban that was recently announced. What's that recently? It's a few months ago.
Yeah.
But here's like an image of all the things that are being banned, as you can see.
So I know you kind of brought this up like a few months ago, and I had not really heard of it, but I know you said like the red dye 40 is already banned in like several countries.
Yeah, say they're banned, but I think that have like warning labels on them, like cigarettes, like, oh, this is gonna cause like harm and stuff like that. Basically, all the food that we like love,
right, that our kids love,
right, is no good for us. And I remember because I do the grocery shopping. Once this became like a thing to me, I was like, whoa, all the things that were like staples in the house,
basically everything. And like you even told me it was like in some of like the cereal where it wasn't even colored, like
yes, some cereals have the dye, same cereal, but some have it and some don't.
Right, some boxes carried it.
Yeah, that was like super odd to me. So pretty much anything fruit flavored has red 40 in it.
I saw like a couple of videos online where a couple couples were talking about how they like eliminated the dye from their kids' diet almost immediately, like within 24 hours. I think they saw like a difference. I think we've eliminated it for the most part, and I haven't really noticed anything.
I mean,
what do you think?
I don't know. It's I don't say I don't know, but with boys on the spectrum, like I'm always looking for like any kind of extra inch, anything that we can we can do to try and make up that extra inch. Right. So if these things are proven to cause these things, I feel like I have to try that extra inch, even if it, you know, and it's so hard to say like, oh yeah, we definitely notice it, because you know, our boys are still pretty hyperactive, you know, there's no denying that, but we're definitely willing to try it.
Yeah.
I felt bad because, you know, our daughter who's not on the spectrum, she has to make a lot of, I won't say compromises, but sacrifices and things for her brothers that like most girls don't, or most children her age don't have to make. Yeah, you gotta let us know, is there anything in your cupboards or pantries that you guys had to eliminate?
Or what are things that you've eliminated and seen like a difference in?
Yeah. You know, we're always looking for any kind of confirmation. And I think that is going to do it for episode 1 of MPC. Let us know, are there any kind of parent resources for kids on the spectrum that you know of? Any kind of cool places? Because we think about trying out Sesame Place, you know. Well, at least you wanted to try out Sesame Place. I didn't want to because I heard the racist stuff, you know, pretty early.
I think that was for the Philadelphia
one. Oh, that was for the Philadelphia one?
Yeah, I think that was.
I don't think Abbott Elementary would allow that. Hey, Quinta. Okay. All right, we're out. That's episode 1. Peace.